A new report has forecast that the number of Chinese tourists to the GCC is going to rise by 81% by 2022. What's driving this enormous growth? This is what we're finding out in today's edition of Inside AB. I'm Shruti Nair and this is Bernd de Boosman. Right, so Bernd, obviously there's a huge correlation between the tourism and hospitality sector, but I'm sure airlines play a very important role. So can you tell me more about that?
Well, yeah, so over the last 10 years, it's gotten much easier for people to travel to China and more importantly from China to the GCC. Airlines like Emirates, Etihad, Saudia, Gulf Air all have direct flights to China from their hubs. And a number of Chinese airlines such as China Eastern and Air China all have direct flights from China to the GCC. Now, of these, Emirates, which is the most significant, has 38 flights a week between Dubai and China. And recently, China Eastern announced plans that they'd be launching 3 times weekly direct flights between Shanghai and Dubai, which is in addition to flights they already have through a third location. So it's getting much, much easier to come here.
All right, great. So I'm sure there are also domestic conditions in China that's helping all of this, isn't there?
Well, the fact is that many millions and millions of Chinese citizens are now able to travel, many of them for the first time. Interestingly, by 2030, 25% of all international tourism will be made up of Chinese nationals, which is an enormous, enormous figure. So it's really quite significant that a lot of Chinese citizens are now in an economic position that they can travel for the first time.
Well, again, you're giving us huge numbers, 81%, 20% of Chinese nationals here in the country. But how exactly are the Gulf countries responding to that?
Well, interestingly enough, the main thing is visa restrictions, easing of visa restrictions. The UAE has done it, Bahrain and Kuwait have both done it, so has Oman. It's very easy for Chinese citizens to get visa on arrival or very easy, like, for example, an e-visa. But also important is kind of rolling out things that make Chinese visitors feel more welcome. For example, in China, there's plans to set up a dedicated kind of hotline and concierge service dedicated to Chinese nationals. Okay. And there's more and more events that cater to them, and also they're accepting more and more payment methods that are common in China that aren't necessarily so common in other parts of the world. For example, in Dubai Mall now more and more stores are using these Chinese payment methods.
I've seen those, yes, of course. But thank you, Bernie, for those insights. And thank you for watching Inside AB. Looks like we are going to be seeing more Chinese faces in the GCC in the coming few years. We'll be back again tomorrow, so don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe.